Hello everybody and welcome back to Sagevivor Season 2 Gladiators. This episode's a little bit different. It's kind of like a 2-in-1 special. So episode 5, we did Sage's Hotel of Horrors as the challenge. So if you don't remember that from last season, we kind of threw everybody into a hotel together. They had to kind of periodically check out of the hotel. And then the last tribe that has people still stuck in the hotel loses immunity and has to go to tribal council. So everybody's able to talk to each other during this time, exchange information. It's quite chaotic and messy. After that, we did have both Thrax and Mermillo that had lost the challenge, and they were going to go to tribal council, except we did have an issue with a player named Arps, who you haven't seen in the video series at all yet, and that's not an accident. They just had issues with respect and being respectful to people, and then ended up quitting on their own volition. So that kind of ruined that cycle. So we went into cycle 6 after that. So that's kind of like the preface of this. So you're gonna get a couple of combo confessionals, some talking about what happened during the hotel, some talk about after the hotel. Ironically, both Thrax and Mermillo tribes lost again, so you still get the same tea regardless. Anyways, there's lots of tea being spilled in this episode from various contestants, so I'm not going to be talking much this episode, just let them kind of explain their lives and everything that they're doing, but I did kind of want to preface this video with that fact. Other than that, let's get into it.
Hi everyone, this is my 5th confessional video, and yeah, it's a little bit late. I apologize. I was at an engagement party last night. It's been a lazy, sad day today, so I haven't got to it, but here I am now after all this time. Yeah, so we had another challenge. We had the hotel challenge, which I've seen these challenges because I watched last season, but no one knows that. So I knew what it was gonna be like, and I was really hyped for it. I was really excited to be able to do my social queen behavior and talk to everyone from every tribe, so I was really hyped. So yeah, when that happened, I managed to talk to everyone. Obviously, some people for less time than others, but I kind of reaffirmed my pre-existing relationships. Adelaide went out really early, but we talked a little bit. Adelaide told me to get to know Caleb and Dirk, and then also Cam told me about their alliance and whatnot. They both told me about the alliance. So they both were yeah, I hope you like my new homies. I'm okay. So I spent quite a lot of time talking to both Dirk and Caleb. I think they both quite like me now, so that's good. I was also recommended to Sebastian, so Sebastian expressed interest in working with me as well. Yeah, those were relationships were from I guess Cam and Adelaide, kind of, and then also DJ from the other tribe was very interested in potentially probably using me as a number, honestly, the way that he framed it, which is fine. I just rather him feel that way than want to get rid of me, I guess. So I don't think he's someone I'd work with super long term, because I don't like those vibes where he was bring in all the numbers, we just need people, whatever. I'm yeah, okay. I don't feel a main priority for him, so I don't know. But he's really close with Koopa, and I guess Koopa spoke highly of me, so I was someone that he was interested in telling all his plans. He told me everyone that he liked, which included himself, Koopa, Snowy, yeah, that kind of group. So I think Elk as well. I think he mentioned Elk too. Yeah, so he kind of wanted me to pull me into this group that he has going on. Yeah, so that's interesting. Brandon also likes me, even though Brandon's got a lot of hate. Brandon told me about his advantages. He has 2 idol pieces and how to steal a vote. And then Cam told me later in the challenge that when Dirk came back into the game, he freaking decided I guess Brandon hit him up and was yo dude, I will give you an extra vote if you give me the last idol piece. But he probably doesn't know he has 2. So he would have a full idol, and he would then screw someone over on that tribe. But then tribal got canceled, so maybe not this time, but Brandon's got some safety in his pocket for next time, I think. I don't know 100% if they did trade, but I think so, because Cam said they were asking him if there was anyone that he cared about getting fucked over on that tribe, and he kind of said not on that tribe, because he was talking about me, so he kind of exposed their relationship a little bit there. But that's okay. And Cam and I almost lost the competition for our teams because we just wanted to continue to chat because it had been a couple days and we liked each other, you know, we missed each other, so we wanted to chat. Anyways, I didn't lose. I still ended up winning. But Cam did lose for his team. I think Cam was the only one left in there from his tribe, so oopsie poopsie. But yeah, my team won again. I think that was most of the tea from like when I was in there, but I felt like I did good. Like I felt like I have bonds with like most people in the game, and then if we do another swap after that, I think most people will have my back. And then on my own tribe, like we keep winning again. Like I'm again only person who hasn't been to a tribal yet, which feels really weird, but it also means I have no enemies, which is kind of ballin', because I haven't had to show anyone my cards, so that's cool. But yeah, for my tribe, like it's really hard to do trust rankings. Like I did do trust rankings, and I can say them, but honestly I'm so confused. Like I have a set trust ranking on my page, but they're so interchangeable. Like we haven't been to a tribal. All these people are super nice to me. The only person I don't feel attached to is Jamal. I feel attached to the other 5. And yeah, so honestly, none of them have made like official alliances with me. They've expressed interest in working with me, but I think it just really comes down to like whose game aligns with mine. Like if they want to go after someone I'm super close to, like Cam, like they gotta go, you know? But if they want to do similar moves to me, then that's great. But I think I just have options right now. Like I could work with like the Durst and the Melissa, which I have like more on the top of my trust rankings, but then Koopa's also expressed interest, spoken highly of me to other people. And then Andrew and Infinity also, yeah, like they both told me today, like, well, Andrew last night when I was drinking at an engagement party, Andrew told me that, you know, he was, I don't know, we were joking around and he said he was like the king or whatever. And then I was like, well, I'm not your queen then. So then he basically said, yeah, and then has been pretty consistent with me ever since. So I do think I'm pretty high on his list at this point. And Infinity said something like weird today, like kind of like testing me or whatever. And I called him out for it. And then he was like, please, no, I really, really like you, please. And I was like, it's okay, buddy. I'm not mad. It's fine. It's not that big of a deal. So yeah, I think all 5 of them would work with me if I choose. And I kind of just, you know, our first tribal, Jamal goes for sure if we go to a tribe with this tribe. And if we end up going to another tribal on this tribe, that's when it gets interesting. That's when I'd have to pick a side and figure out my shit. But for right now, the more people I keep happy, the better, you know? If no one wants to target me and everyone feels super close to me, I'll stay in this game for quite some time. So I'm gonna try to keep it that way for as long as possible. And when I do have to like flippy floppy and, you know, pick a side, I'll try to make it look like I had like a logical reason to do that so that I can still keep most, if not all, of the connections. That's my goal. So yeah, we'll see how it goes. But I think that's all I got. I feel pretty good. Like I think even if we have another swap or merge, like I think I'm pretty like well connected across all tribal lines right now, potentially. So I'm hopeful that this is gonna go really well, no matter if we swap or merge. And if I do swap, can I please have Cam back? Thanks, that'd be great. That's all.
Hello, rare video update confessional from house because parents are gone and I have time. Also dog. How are you? So, Tribal got canceled, which I don't think matters a whole lot. Echo was on the block, very like ready to go. I would say he's active, but he doesn't really talk to me because he thinks he's voting me out. Oh no. Which isn't a great feeling. I was a little panicked last night. Just worried about, oh my god, is everyone flipping on me because everyone's really inactive? Oh, it just turned out everyone was fucking busy. But they were still like more active after the vote was supposed to be, which isn't a great feeling, but it's better. Dirk like swears up and down that it was never gonna be me. And I trust him a lot. It's just hard to like, and I put myself out there as like, oh, give me to echo. That way, like, there isn't... I have a feeling that most of the time when, like, a fake name is given out without a player, like, approving of it, it's a sign that they're actually on the bottom and going out next round. And I don't want anyone to think that that's them. So if I volunteer myself, it, like, gives me more social points while also not really, like, pointing out the whole. Like, personally, I would want Sebastian out next because buddy Dirk, told me that in the initial, like, alliance plans that we have for Sage's Savages, Sebastian didn't want me there. I didn't want him there, but I was, like, a little more open to it. I don't know if he actually likes me now, where you can see that, but if for some reason us 5 need to go to tribal twice, that's going to be a problem. Arps quitting the game like a fucking dickhead. Also, what the fuck, dude? Did save my anxiety a little bit. I think I'd stay over Sebastian, but frankly, I don't want to test that. However, it's nice to be where we are today. I've gotten a lot closer with Dirk since the last time I updated this. And I don't know how to feel about it. It's not quite where I was with Snowy, where like, oh, really good ally, and I can go to him to the end. But I don't know if Dirk and I are on the same page strategically. He seems like very loyal and very trustworthy, which is amazing. But I don't know what his social game is, or not social. I don't know what his strategic game is like. And I can't really prod that while there's not a lot of like moves to make. And I'm actively hiding like my idol, or third of an idol from him. And I probably would give it to him if he found one more and we can like pass it back and forth. But especially at like the pre-merge, I don't know if I want to do that and risk losing track of it come a merge or whatever. You'd be like, oh yeah, I played it at some other tribal council. I'm like, oh no. And he just holds on to it until fucking Final 6 Idols ban or some shit. So I want to trust him more, but it's difficult when I don't think there's like a reason to quite yet. And I think I'm still building up trust. We've still, we've called for like a significant amount of time, multiple times now, not really doing a lot, which I think is like a pretty good sign that we're able to be comfortable without the game pressure or like there's no like sense to talk. Really, oh my god, I want to hang out with Dirk more once the game is over, once we have that pressure relieved. So I'm hoping we get there eventually. Everyone else in the tribe is okay. Getting close with Caleb. I describe the way that he texts is the way that I want to text, which is not the most frequently, but it's quantity over quality, or quality over quantity, where he has a lot of great stuff in like one text, but it's like 5 or 6 paragraphs. So I feel like every time I respond to him, it's like, oh, response. Like I need to respond to each individual paragraph, which is like, I don't know. That's what I would want to do if I was that good at being social. But it is exhausting a little bit. But also because I just have a hard time, like it's very like mentally taxing to respond to people sometimes. Working on it, better with him. I think Cam and I are good. He's been less active, so I wouldn't be shocked if he likes me less, but I'm going to assume he still likes me a decent amount because I couldn't handle someone who I've had like this much conversation about like end game potential with. Because I've at the challenge, this is important. At the challenge, I got to talk to Taylor again, and she was like, "Oh yeah, I'm doing pretty good over here." I've never gone to fucking tribal. Selfish. Get anxiety. But I told her like, hey, connect with your people there. I'm good with Dirk and Caleb. If you swap with them, really put things forward. And then Dirk tells me yesterday, like, oh yeah, Taylor reached out to me and wanted to get to know me more. And I told him that, he's like, oh yeah, that makes sense. So it sounds like she's still interested in working with me. So I'm hoping that can still all like coalesce, come another swap or a merge or whatever. I don't know if Cam is still interested, which is the problem. I need to like really like get back in there. But maybe we should like see for the party or something. I don't know. But I'm gonna be busy this weekend, so I don't know how like solid I'm gonna be with social stuff. But I think most of the actual like tribal cycle I'll be free. Maybe something like that. I have to work, whatever. It's fine. I just really want to be tribe for him because I think us four, me, him, Dirk, Caleb, is a pretty solid connection. Sebastian's there. Maybe they like him more than me. I don't know, but I can at least like try and make it that I am more liked in that 5-some. But it's really just a waiting game at this point. I get very like, not bored, but longing for the merge when I'm not in the merge. I feel like more is going on there. I think more like interesting strategy happens at that point. How do you get more advantages? Everyone bought fucking advantages. No one's played them yet. I don't think. There's been an idle, but I think Brandon still has it. There's like not a lot of information being traded. Maybe it's because I'm inactive that I'm not getting a lot of shit. But I'm inactive, relatively inactive. I've still talked to people every day, just not like constant every day, all day every day. I don't know. Anxiety is lower, stress is lower, but it's all temporary. I will update this again next time. Yeah.
Dirk? Oh my god. So much has happened. So first off, Chelsea and Brandon in the duel. After we voted out Chelsea, Brandon won the duel. And Chelsea did not come back, which kinda is a good thing, but at the same time, if she came back, it would have just given us an easier target to vote next. So, it is what it is. But fast forward, there's the hotel challenge, which is great because you get to socialize with others. You know, everybody got locked in the Sage's Hotel of Horrors, which very similar to the the challenge they did last season, where everybody gets locked in the hotel, and Sage or one of the other hosts every once in a while will ask if somebody wants to check out, and whoever the first person to say the specific phrase to check out is out. And first tribe with all its members out won immunity. So I'm busy all day working. I know this is a prime time to socialize, and I feel like I haven't been doing that as much as I want to since I've gotten on this tribe. It's also hard to tell. I really feel like Cam and Adelaide are downplaying their relationship, so it's hard to know who to trust, and we also don't know. Sebastian seems like he could be, I don't know. Caleb at least thinks that he could be a talker, and we don't know how much information we want to tell him. But basically, I haven't been socializing as much as I want to. Caleb is obviously my number one, but I need to start bringing in some other people that are almost on that level of closeness. Like I want at least another person on the side that I'm really close with. And I kind of want that with Adelaide. I just don't know how much she's going to tell Cam. So I kind of want to build with Cam. I do like Cam. I just feel like he's going to be tough later on. But me, Caleb. So getting ahead of myself. Gone all day at work. I had to go somewhere with my daughter, bring her to grab some school clothes and stuff, and like shopping with her. So I finally get back, and I'm like, all right, it's time to do this thing. It's time to socialize. I jumped in the hotel, start talking to people. Infinity, I got to talk to for the first time. I was really excited to talk to Infinity, and the mystery behind Infinity is cool, but our conversation didn't really go anywhere. Caleb said the same thing. I also talked with Taylor quite a bit. I got a lot of good feelings about Taylor. I really like Taylor. I'd like to talk to her later, but also I feel like everybody loves Taylor. Anybody I've talked to is like, Taylor's cool. So she's definitely good socially. Caleb, this is what I was going to mention earlier. Caleb Cam and I have already talked about having a 4-way alliance with Taylor in it. So that's exciting. We also have, who else did I talk to? There's Elk and DJ, the two members of former members of Issa Leywell, the teenagers. DJ, I talked to a lot, and he says he doesn't know about the trials. He seemed pretty genuine, and I kind of explained to him the trials, even though they're done. I just figured just letting him kind of in the loop on something like that, and he sounded genuine, kept kind of asking me like how commands work and idols. So we had that chat, and I feel like he trusts me a lot after that conversation. So DJ, somebody that I'd really like to work with, but he also explained to me how the tribal went down over there, which was crazy, with the tie votes, and apparently there was chaos between Elk and Brandon, and they had to revote. Snowy and Matt had jumped on the other side just because Brandon was setting an idol piece. In any case, or he was threatening an idol, I don't know. In any case, sounds like DJ had Elk's back. So, and I got really good feelings with DJ. So fast forward to later on in the night, I get out of the hotel. I'm like, all right, I've talked to people. I talked to Brandon a little at that point, and I'd started talking to Elk a little, because I knew Elk had to be, or I figured he was tight with DJ, and I hadn't really talked a whole lot of game, just kind of, what happened. He kind of confirmed what DJ had said, and said he was not a fan of Brandon. But we were vibing, kind of both talking about our anxiety, kind of like me and Durs were earlier in the game. And then, so I get out of the hotel. I'm excited. Out of the hotel. That just leaves Cam on our tribe. That's still in the hotel. He's partying all day. I don't blame the guy. He took time off to go have fun, and just a bad time for this kind of challenge for him. But he did pop in here and there, and I guess was socializing. Sounds like mostly with Taylor. But right when I get out, they offer the chance to go back in for an idol piece, whoever the first person is. I immediately jump in, and I can't believe they pinged, so everybody knows that's what happened. I jump back in, and I get the idol piece. Brandon immediately messages me, and he's like, look, I want that idol piece, basically. I'll trade you a dagger token. And I kind of know about the hidden dagger stuff. I know about the trials, but I didn't really know quite about the tokens, even though Cam had kind of mentioned something about them before. So I kind of want to talk to Cam more about trials. That'll definitely help me build more trust with Cam. But in any case, I traded the... He asked me to trade the idol piece for the dagger token. There's a command, hidden dagger, with the exclamation point that if you trade in 3 dagger tokens, or the first person to do it gets an idol. So he's like, it's basically a third of an idol, but it's not really. And the idol piece does stuff on its own. It was definitely not a good deal, so I turned him down politely. He then tries to offer me an extra vote, and thinking about it, and he's telling me a lot, like how he got the advantages and stuff like that, and how he had done the allies thing with Chelsea, which was the second trial, which is how he got his silver dagger token. But in any case, he offered me the extra vote, and I gave him a counter proposal. I asked if he would trade me the coin and the idol piece. The coin and the extra vote for my idol piece. And because he explained to me that he had 2 idol pieces and that it would make a full idol. I partly just wanted to see the chaos happen of an idol actually coming together. And Brandon, what a fucking beast he is for coming back twice. So right now with him talking to me, this is the most game he's ever talked to me. I wish I had this Brandon before. We probably would have been closer. But in any case, I made the trade for the two things. The token might be useless at this point. I think Snowy probably made a deal with somebody to with the pinball trial to already get the idol, but who knows? I might have coins to combine with somebody else's to get an idol. But the extra vote is really helpful, and honestly, I just wanted to build some kind of solidness with Brandon. But at the same time, I was trying to get close with Elk and DJ, and I know that they had beef with Brandon. So as I traded it back to him, I was like, "Can you like try to work with them?" And he's like, "Yeah, I'm down to work with them." And when I talked to Elk, because DJ was gone at this point, Elk was just kept being wishy-washy and like, "No, I don't know, I can't promise anything." And I was like, "I'm telling you, you should work with." And I ended up asking Brandon if I could tell Elk about his idol, and he said okay. And I was like, I think that will help you guys, solidify something. I tell Elk about his idol, and he still is non-committal about working with Brandon. I was trying to form like a coalition over there that I could maybe then join or have join me once we hit merge or something, or there's another swap. I can work with some of these guys, but we'll see. I feel like I stuck my neck out too much trying to make them play nice, and now they're gonna have tribal, and we're gonna see what happens. We have been talking about, because we lost. Cam was the last one out, and I've been worried that everybody's gonna be not happy about me going back in, but we've all talked about an echo vote. He's the least talkative, but now he's talkative because I feel like he knows what's up. He has talked about, he told me, he's like, if it's me, I'm gonna win that duel and I'm coming back, and that kind of gave me chills. But I don't know, I'm really enjoying the season. The twists are crazy, they're very challenging. I feel it sucks I was behind the curve on the trials, but also using it as information to kind of like get game talking with people, so they're at least useful for that. But feeling good about this game. Like season 1, the lovely moonlight, and season 2, Dirk, maybe. We'll see.
Alright gang, what's up? It's voice confessional time, and I'm going to confess my sins and all that good stuff. We're going to reach back to the last Tribal Council, where I don't know what Chelsea expected from me, but she wrote down my name, so like I don't know. Like she messaged me after the vote, and she was like, wow, you guys, well she asked me about the vote at first, and I was like, well I'm probably going to do you to be honest, because that's all I've been hearing, and your challenge performance wasn't good, so I was like, alright, I might as well just vote you out because you're not really giving me much to work with here. They didn't answer me back, and then they got voted out. And then they came back to me and messaged me and they said, wow, I got voted out for the one challenge I did bad in, and all the other ones I did good in. And I was like, I mean, I don't know what to do about myself. Like, I don't know what they expect from me. Like, I'm sorry, dude, but, or I'm sorry, female, but, what am I supposed to do? I'm not going to vote myself out, and you weren't giving me anything to work with. Then we get to the challenge, which is escape this fucking stupid ass hotel room. I'm one of the last people to get out of there, but at least I was out of there. And Dirk's dumbass, well he's not a dumbass because he's actually pretty smart, he decides to go back inside for an idle piece. So that rubbed me the wrong way. We had a good shot to win if Dirk just stayed out, because we only needed Cam, and he went back in, and then Dirk was able to get out again, but I mean, like, Cam got stuck, so it's like, it kind of sucks, but it's like, I don't know what to do about it, because I don't really want to target Dirk, because now it's like, he has an idle piece that can negate one vote, I think, if I read that thing correctly, so it's like, if me, Adelaide, and Cam all target Dirk, it's not going to work out because they're just going to use the idle shard, and then they could have a 3-2 numbers advantage here. So my guess, it's either going to be me, Cam, or Adelaide tonight. I don't think it's going to be Caleb. I don't think it's going to be Sebastian. It might be Sebastian if the two tribes can come together and just vote out Sebastian. But I like Sebastian. I don't really want to do Sebastian. Personally, for me, I'd probably want to do Adelaide out of everyone because I talk to her the least. Like me and Dirk don't really talk too much, like that coherently or whatever. But we still at least communicate. Like Adelaide, I feel like it's just we work together because we were on the same OG tribe, and I could totally see Adelaide going and snaking me and Cam right now, and then me or Cam go home this tribe. Well, I could totally see that happening. But right now, I'm going to try to protect my ass the most, and then if I can protect Cam too, I'll try to protect him. But if they're going to target him, then there's nothing I can do. I'll do that too if I have to. But right now, the game plan is to get me, Cam, Caleb. Honestly, I might just go after Adelaide, to be honest, not sounding this out of my head. But I'll have to get Cam on board. I think I would have to pitch it to Cam as, I don't know if we have the numbers this tribal. We might have to give up Adelaide this tribal just to, like, save our asses this round. Because I wouldn't mind Adelaide going home. I don't really trust them too much. So, I'm going to talk around to some people. I'm going to make sure I'm not the target because I did get my name written down last time. Sure, no one else did it, and they all did Chelsea, which is pretty poggers, but I don't want my name out there again. I don't want another vote. I want this vote because I feel like this vote's going to be a little sticky because everyone on the tribe's now active. But we'll see. I want to make sure my name's good. I want to make sure Cam's good because I trust Cam. But yeah, we're going to see what goes from there. Hopefully Adelaide could go home, or if not Adelaide, maybe Dirk. One of those two I'd want to go home, but we'll see. That's my personal preference right now, but I want to give you guys a video confessional before I, went to work, so there you guys go.
Yo, what's up? Finally back from the festival, so I'm back on the actual confessional time. Okay, so to catch up from last time to this time, I've gotten pretty close with Caleb and Dirk. I think they genuinely want to keep me around. I'm hoping that the 4 that we have planned with us 2 and Taylor can work out. Sebastian, he seems good. Like, I like working with him. So, Echo. I really wish I didn't have to vote Echo here, but it's looking like that's really my only option. Echo would have been a good person to have around. Like, he's chill, at least to me. I think we have similar personalities in some regard. It does suck that he's probably going here. Actually, I'm pretty sure he is going. Unless it's me, then he's going, is basically how it crumbles. I did kind of wish that we'd be able to flip it onto somebody else here, but it's becoming more and more obvious that that's not going to happen. So, I'm going to have to put in an Echo vote here. It's going to pain me because I knew that even if he wasn't the best in challenges, I'd have his vote on my side probably, and I don't want to vote him here either anyway. But unfortunately, there's only so much you can do when he goes out pissed, and like as soon as he hears his name's on the block, he starts causing a bunch of chaos. So I'm like, well, only so much we can do now. Otherwise, things been going pretty good across the board on this tribe. It does suck going to tribal 3 times straight after not going at all last tribe, but to be fair, I knew this was going to probably happen when I was gone. I wasn't expecting it to be 2 live challenges, though. If it was something a little less activity related, I probably could have helped a little bit more. It does suck that that's how the schedule lined up, but what can you do, I guess. But yeah, unfortunately, this is probably my goodbye to Echo. I'll probably write him a little goodbye message because it is going to suck seeing him leave. It's probably the first vote that I'll actually care about.
Finally, a challenge on my day off from work. I can do this one. I can be here for the majority of it. Except for when I live stream. But I can be here for most of it, and it starts the night before my day off, so I can be up late. Even though I got really tired of pastel. That's besides the point. The next, why is the light saturation so high now on this? I gotta turn that off. But Oh boy. There we go. That's better. We're gonna redo this though. Finally, a challenge I can be here for the entire time. Except for when I live stream. It's my day off. I can do this. And the night before when it starts. So, I got really tired around 2 hours in and I ended up passing out. However, we were doing good during the first night. And that's where the problems arise. The nighttime. Most of our members are Eastern. Except one. He's heading to an airport. And has no data. For the most part. Well, I wake up the next morning, and yeah. I kept the tally. Yeah. We're screwed. we have to, like, do very good today. Which we didn't. We did try. Tried our hardest. But we came in last. Man, English. I suck at that. I really, really do. So, we've accepted our fate on a tribal. Rylaw, buddy. So long. Maybe we'll get Brandon to play his idol piece in the process. That'll be a plus. Rylaw, you didn't even show up. Bye.
I might eat these words later, but I just want to see Flammo lose. Doesn't matter who wins, I just want them to lose. It would be nice for us to win, but I want them to experience Tribal. Because there's some people on that tribe who have not been there all season long. They need to go. I just want to see it so I can sleep better at night. So we didn't have to go to Tribal, which was nice, because I didn't want to risk making enemies with people in my tribe, or Echo if he got eliminated and came back, because as far as I know, he was going to get eliminated, which I didn't really want, because I tried, like, maybe planting some seeds in people's heads that maybe Adelaide should be the one to go, because I don't really trust them, but it kept getting shot down, so I was really in a position to I was basically forced for Echo, which I didn't really want to do, but I'm kind of glad now. And as far as the explosion, I'm kind of shocked to see that Arps is now gone, because she was kind of like one of my original tribe mates on Cena, and she was one of my allies too, and she was completely normal, and I was like, what? Arps is saying all this stuff? And it was completely shocking, and I don't know what to think now, because I'm in a position on my tribe where I'm in a high personal alliance, but I want to work with the outsider more than one person in my alliance, but no one is willing to, like, see it my way. They're just like, nope, let's stick to the 5, and I'm like, but, you know, I don't know what I'm going to do I don't know what I'm going to do right now, so hopefully we just keep on winning and see where things go. So we lost the challenge, which honestly I kind of expected, but we didn't lose the way I expected. Like, I kind of expected it. I expected time zones to be an issue and being kind of like the main reason we lost, but we lost because most of the people on the Green Tribe, whatever their tribe is called, we lost because most of them do not have lives and they were basically watching the submission channel 24/7. By the time we open the chat, they're already submitting answers before we can even see what the letters and numbers are. So, yeah, that's very fun, and especially the fact that Andrew, whenever I would submit an answer, he would always be like, reacting with an X or an eye roll or something annoying, and I'm like, what happened to, like, our Cinnabon? What's that about, man, huh? Because this isn't exactly making you look good. So, I don't know what to think of that. But as for the vote, I don't think there's any saving Echo. I do want to keep him around because I trust him more than someone like Adelaide, but he got a bad score. He got the worst score on the tribe, one of the worst overall out of everyone in the challenge, so unless a miracle happens, he's probably doomed.
So I stayed up till 2 a.m. searching or playing that fucking pinball game. Because I suck at those games. Finally got the score. I knew that it'd be found. But, you know, my brain just won't let me give it up. So I had to keep going. Submitted it. Of course, all 3 tokens are taken. Like, if I'm hearing through multiple people down the chain, of course others have heard about it, and of course these items are gone, but it's good to know. Do I regret staying up? Yeah, I do. I'm annoyed with myself that I wasn't looking just for like some random words. I was looking and I've never seen it before, but I know it's a common way of hiding things, and I just went to the ways I've found stuff in the past. So, after I found out about the pinball, which I hope connects to Dirk's clue, otherwise, unless there's something else I'm missing, but it has to be, which it really stinks that clue is literally just pinball. But knowing my clue, things off and on the server again is why I think maybe something's hidden off. But after finding pinball, I started looking through all of the edited stuff, and I found Alliance or whatever, or Allies, I forget what the hell it was, but tried that. I'm sure if people are on the first one and found pinball, they've been monitoring it, and so I'm sure I'm behind on that, but easy one to do. We'll see if anybody notices, especially if anybody has done it, if they've been monitoring, if people put names into their bios. But fingers crossed that there's something, at least one, if not 2, so that Dirk can get something too. I'm not very hopeful, but it's worth a try. Now, that was posted about a week ago. The one, the Alliance trial 2. Trial 1 was posted about 3 or 4 days before that, so it makes me think that there's probably another clue or another trial hidden someplace at this point, if they were hidden that close together. It does stink that it was trial 1 was pinball, and then trial 2 was the Alliance one, because it would have been nice to see trial 3 and to know for sure that there's another trial out there. I mean, there could just be those 2, and maybe they're waiting around to drop some more. Especially given whatever these tokens are. The fact that 3 different people can find them, though, tells me that they're valuable, but they can't be like overpowering, like too powerful. Otherwise, there'd be 6 of them out there, and so I'm sure they add up for something, or maybe you can purchase something. Maybe so many dagger tokens can purchase some kind of an idol piece or some shit, and maybe I'll know once I see it. It really makes sense if I would have been one of the first people to find it, I would have told 2 people that are close to me and formed an alliance with them, and then everything we found, we would just all 3 do. So I'm sure that's what's happened, or something along the lines of that. Again, fingers crossed that somehow the Allies trial, second trial, hasn't been finished yet. I do look at people's roles quite often, but really it's only when I'm looking for who are the duelists. So I don't even know if I'm actually like reading. I have looked at them a few other times just to see if something like randomly was hidden in all of our roles or something, because I mean, you wouldn't expect them to hide anything to be hidden within your own role. But even if so, I don't know if it would stick out to me if I saw somebody's name. I mean, I don't even know everybody's like real names. Though maybe all you have to do is use their handle, probably. So yeah, there's that. And then let's talk about the vote. We came together as a tribe, voted out Chelsea. We got her message this morning about how she can't believe that she was voted out because she was bad at one challenge. Though, has she been good at any challenge? And obviously I have more reason to vote her out other than that, but yeah, I don't... Hopefully she doesn't come back, but I am a little nervous because the tribe that went in with her, I wasn't really thinking about this. They had 2 people that didn't even do the challenge. Now, maybe they purposely bombed to try to get somebody out. And maybe that's why... so I saw that Rylaw had security without power played, or I assume it means played if it's showing up as a role. Otherwise it would be real goofy if it's just like you had it and it showed up there. But if it was played and it was like a 3-3 split, or all the votes were on Rylaw, then maybe it turned into like a revote, and so we're waiting around for that. I'm very curious, or maybe it's just that I can no longer see the duelists on other people's tribes, and that got blocked so that I can monitor it. I don't know, but I am very curious because nobody on the other tribe at least had the duelist role. So many different reasons. We'll see what happens today, if we hear anything. And it's also, I mean, if they continue to put those up as roles, it's nice to pay attention to. I wonder how many people are actually doing that, because it gives you a little bit of an idea of the kind of stuff that's being used or who's being targeted and such. It just gives you a little bit of a heads up in terms of like duelists too. Obviously you'll know the outcome, but it's still nice to know beforehand. So that said, I'm curious if Chelsea's going to be facing, who she is going to be facing. Honestly, like, I hope that there was some kind of like pass and then somehow she gets to come back or whatever, or if it wasn't like those guys or whoever, Elkin, whoever else threw, if they did throw. If they didn't throw, hopefully that they don't just go in and just quit and she gets to come back just for free. But that is a possibility, in which case that will kind of suck, but hopefully it would just give us another person. I mean, you could just vote for her again if we had to, but yeah, I don't want her to come back just because I don't want to have to deal with that. The possibility of her getting something too for winning from one of the urns, and if she did get all the pieces or buy all the things in the auction and she does have an idle piece, I don't want that to come back in the game either. So I hope Chelsea loses. I hope we don't see her again in the game. So that's on my mind as well. Man, I am so tired. You can hear it in my voice. It's gonna be a rough day. Definitely gonna need a nap when I get home. I'm gonna leave it there. We'll see if I even upload this video, because I feel kind of like low energy, and yeah. Alright, see ya.
Tribal Day. The vote should be Echo. Here Echo's pushing my name. Find it interesting, like you're putting more effort into this and threatening us that you'll be back. You put into any challenge or trying to communicate. A little goofy. I mean, but I still respect it. It shows that he actually cares. If he goes in and wins the challenge again, it's like if you would have put that effort into, or goes into the duel and wins, great. But it's like if you would have put that effort into the challenge, you wouldn't be going into the fucking duel, bro. It is what it is. And if I go for some reason, if things flop, oh well. Tonight, my vote is for Echo. Honestly, you pulled your weight in the challenge. I feel a little bit bad about this vote, but overall, I mean, you just weren't as talkative, you didn't make the connections you needed to, and I just didn't feel as close to you as I did with some of the others. I may have been convinced to vote somebody else off, but overall, you weren't a savage, and your name is who the group went with today. So it's nothing personal. If you come back, great. Well, if you're willing to work together. If not, it's been a pleasure. Again, nothing personal, dude.
Good luck.
Okay, I'm disappointed that I was paranoid and decided to play my interview idol at this last tribal council that I went to. I wish now that I wouldn't have used it and could have saved it. I just didn't hear anything. It was felt like I was being sent back in. So I wanted to save myself, but it's all good. No, I mean, at least I'm now on a new tribe where I can make more connections and move forward with this, and hopefully not be sent back in right away, and can be on a better winning tribe hopefully. And I think that I so far have made some good connections, and I hope things shake out well, and we can win as a tribe and not be sent into tribal council anytime soon.
Alright, with all due respect to the challenge people, yesterday's challenge pissed me off. I know I, wasn't the most skilled person doing that challenge yesterday, but it almost felt like our tribe did not try. Of course, I can't say anything because, Snowy and Matt destroyed, but, it felt like Brandon was just Mr. Excuses, talking about why he didn't do the challenge. Elk, I can't really say anything because they're an ally, but still, they could have done so much more. And then, where the fuck has Rylaw been for the past 2 days? Also, I was talking with someone, I think maybe Matt, or I was talking with someone, and we brought up the conversation of Taylor, and how Taylor is going to make it to the merge, and if she makes it to the merge, she's going to win this game. She's like this season's Daphne, because I remember seeing something where motherfuckers were complaining that Daphne was controlling everyone with, how likable she is. And shit, she looped me in. So, yeah, it works. So, now everyone's worried. Now I'm worried that Taylor's going to easily slip to the end of the game. So even though she's expressed that she's wanted to work with me, I don't know if it's smart to take her any further than the first 2 tribals of the merge. If I even make it to the merge. The merge is probably in so long.
A very Thrax tribe heavy episode, but they had a lot of drama. There was a lot going on over there. Mermilla was a little bit more quiet, unfortunately, but it does seem that it was pretty obvious who was going from each side. Rylaw did get voted out from Mermilla, so let's go ahead and show those parchments now. And Echo did get voted out from Thrax, so they were both sent off to the dueling towers to fight for their life. And the winner was Mr. Echo himself, sending Rylaw out of the game. Bye, Rylaw. Thank you so much for playing I Love Rylaw. On a personal level, he's one of my best buddies from an old Discord that I played that shall not be named. But anyways, we love Rylaw. We stand him. It's unfortunate that he got cut so much this series. Anyways, Echo returned to the game with rage in his heart and, a new fire in his belly to play this game. Thank you guys so much for watching this episode of Sagevivor Season 2. Make sure to smash the like button. It really does help me and the entire production team out a lot. And consider subscribing. That really does help me out a lot as well. Thank you guys so much, and we will see you in the next episode. Bye.